right, gang, we're right back in Cold Harbor, building stuff, detailing stuff, making stuff. Y'all know how we do. Now, before we get into that, yo, I was looking at a map and I think I figured out where Cold Harbor is, man. Remember I told y'all it was somewhere in like a disputed place between America and Canada. So I was looking on the map and I found this tiny little place. Now I think it actually has a name like Wolf Island or something like that. But we just gonna say that is Cold Harbor. That is where it is on the map in the world. So that gives us more of a sense of place, and I think I like that. So let's get into the build portion of the episode. We're right here by this rail line, and we need to actually move this. I want to make a neighborhood where the rail line like is on ground level and it runs like smack through the middle of everything, a tunnel right in the middle of it. I want to stack stuff on top of it, but to even do that, we gotta first like manipulate the land and kind of lay this out the way we want it. So you can see me kind of working with the network multi-tool, kind of moving some of the nodes around, making the tunnel as long as I want it, making it end where I want it to. I'm kind of moving the earth around a little bit. It don't gotta look pretty because it's gonna be stuff stacked on top of this. We're gonna kind of zoom in and check the tunnel and make sure it's kind of looking how we want it to look. One thing we're gonna have to keep in mind when we start adding houses is stuff can actually stick down through there and you can see it, so we gotta be conscious of that. So I'm gonna lay out a little piece of road right here that I know is exactly where I want it. Oh, it took a little dip right there in that middle node. And we just gonna connect that up. And we're gonna make this a 4-lane road. I actually want one of these roads to connect all the way down to where the canal is. You can see right in there. We're gonna connect all this up. Just working on the bones of the network. I'm also gonna move one of these avenue roads so it's not so close to the entrance to that neighborhood. We're gonna hit this little rail line with a brick overpass wall just to give it some more character. That's looking good, looking spiffy. And we're gonna keep working on this disjointed road network. I was gonna call this neighborhood the Heights. I actually been working on like district names and stuff, but once I got the road network done, I was like, yo, I'm calling this Broken Hill. Like broken as in a lot of the streets don't connect. You know, there's tunnels running under stuff, tiny little roads that wind and weave. That's the kind of vibe we going for. This is not really something that I've seen, not in the South at all. You know what I'm saying? The closest to a road network like this I've ever seen is maybe somewhere in Pittsburgh, but I ain't claiming that, man. Don't get me lying. Y'all know I just be freestyling off the dome, man. Hot 16s all day.
Because I spit hot fire.
So we got the road network. We can take a little quick look right here. The bones of it anyway. We're gonna put a few more windy streets up in the mix. So y'all can see I split that one road. This is the portion of the rail that's gonna run down the middle, and I'm also gonna put a park fence right around this because it's super unsafe. But the rail line was already there. The neighborhood came after the fact. People wasn't thinking about safety. They was just trying to move in. So we're gonna drop a couple of matching commercial assets, the little corner bits. Gonna put some of these this overgrowth grass right near this rail line, and I'll keep doctoring on this over time. There'll probably be a few things I go back and do maybe off camera, but most of this you'll get to see it live. You'll get to see me make some mistakes, make some decisions, backtrack some decisions. I want to show that process. And as always, I know I'm not like a teacher. I'm not really teaching people how to build stuff, like especially if you never played the game. But think of my page as just a giant Etsy page. I might do one or two things that you think is dope. You might implement it in your own way in your city or freak it even better than me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be happening. That's all I did. I seen people doing regular stuff. I just freaked it better than them. This neighborhood will have like 1,000 retaining walls and 1 million surfaces. I'm not going to show every single one because the process is more or less the same, but I do want to show myself dealing with some of the more difficult areas. Like this is really hilly. This is like some San Francisco style hills. So I just want to make it look as realistic as I can, as far as like, well, you know, if there's a retaining wall right here, how does this person get on their porch? Y'all will see me obsess over stuff like that, because even though I know the civs aren't using the stairs, I'd like to think that they are. I'd like to think every once in a while when I'm not looking, somebody uses my stairs. So right here next to the tunnel, you can see me throwing even more retaining walls on the back sides of these just to make it look good and some cinematics. Put this one little lonely fence down. On the top of the hill, I'm gonna use this. I don't even know what this asset's called, man, but it's it's got a lot of texture to it. And it looks like you can have a few different shops in the front, so we'll take advantage of that in the detailing / decorating portion of the evening. Right now, I'm just kind of shrinking the building down because I don't want it to be like gargantuan. I don't want a monolith sitting on top of the hill. I just want, a slightly chunkier building, still lining up the backside of this. Because I had actually with the PO, you lose all of your foundation and all that stuff. So I kind of have to use some of this dock wall to make a little skinny foundation. Throwing one of these corner buildings up here next to it. And that spot in the middle, I'm actually going to have to leave blank for a while. I'll come back to it. It takes forever to find assets that don't stick through into that tunnel, man. But I eventually do. We'll get back to that. Right now, I'm using some of my favorite assets straight out the pack. Them Brooklyns and Queenses is. Y'all know I love them Brooklyns and Queenses is, man. We laying down a lot of row houses. Like, it's going to be a lot of different row houses. Some from the Manhattan, Brooklyn pack. Hold on, we got a funny spot. We got a funny spot right here, y'all. Y'all know I got to do my one thing. I got to do my thug thizzle if we got the funny spot. So I'm using one of these little triangled cheese slice warehouses, and we going to fit that in. I wonder, can I change the color on this from green to make it match red? I'm going to check that out off camera. And again, jigging these corners. This is one of the reasons why I was kind of excited about this episode, because I knew if I could make this neighborhood look good, it really wasn't nowhere else in the city that I couldn't, because this will be the most difficult. The amount of tiny one-lane streets that are just winding all up on top of each other. I knew if I could get this to look dope, nowhere else on this map was going to be able to stymie me like a hill that I put in myself. I'm going to hit the backside with some of these river rocks because I do want there will be lots of retaining walls, but there will be some places that just have overgrowth and it just looks like, weeds and trash and stuff back there. While I lay out the rest of these assets and props and whatnot, I'm going to read our comment of the week. It comes from Bossman U1OG or Bossman YU1OG. I know I messed that up. Why don't you have more subscribers? Your builds become more epic as the episodes roll in. Your attention to detail, your cinematography, dedication, and passion for these builds is on par with, dare I say, some of the big name CS content creators. You deserve it, man. Keep it up. Hey, man, I appreciate that. And yo, you're not lying.
He ain't lying.
I do be feeling like I'm in the top, but there's a wizardry to YouTube that's more than just make good content. There is a way to jug the algorithm that I just don't have an understanding for. It's all kind of SEO stuff, and I just be putting out the episodes, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be going to sleep and I'm like, I upload the episode and I'll be like, boom, this the one right here. This one the one I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be 15,000 views and I'm gonna have 5,000 subscribers or 10, it never goes like that. But you know what? That's okay, because the way I look at it, I'm building up a really solid body of work that when people do find me, which some of y'all know exactly what I'm finna say, it's like, bro, he fire. He got a lot of fire too. This ain't no 1-2 episodes. Mom, I can dig in. You know what I'm saying? We can order food. You know what I'm saying? Bro got episodes. So, you're not lying, and I appreciate the compliments. I do really try to work on the cinematography and stuff like that. Right now, I'm trying to work on this Martin Luther King billboard, but I feel like, you know what? Here's another one of those opportunities. We can go for some customization, man. Customization. That's 3 opportunities. We might even do something that has something to do with our city, make it feel a little bit more alive. Oh, by the way, y'all, I hired an in-house funk band. They're going to play some hits. They're going to come through every once in a while, man. Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys. I think they go by the name Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys. Matter of fact, I think we got some hits for them, right? Willie Jones, go ahead and take it away, man. Hit them with some of that sauce.
We making some custom shit, switching Martin Luther for Deadpool. Oh, hit the like. Don't be a hater. Hit the like button. You ungrateful bitch. Don't be a hater all your life. Yeah.
It's Willie Jones and the Jive Turkey, everybody. Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys, man. They'll be here You know, they on residency. Don't forget to tip y'all's waitresses. So y'all can see we laced it with the custom junk, man. Y'all see we got the beer on, and if you remember from the last episode, that's the logo from the little beer joint that we put down there on the coast, man. So everything links up, man. Everything syncs up. Let's get back to this a little funny shape right here. So we might as well bring out the funny shape buildings, man. We just got the Dunkin' Donuts built in on the side. I'm gonna drop some of these Cosby's right here next to it because they really only work when you got stuff like really stuck together, and it ain't no way to see that bum wall that's got they don't have a corner asset for them or nothing, man. They ain't got no windows on the side, no nothing, man, nothing. So we just got to jug that, and I'm still laying out stuff. Again, this episode is a little, I might not have said it, but I'm gonna say it now. I'm kind of having to jump from place to place. It's not straightforward. It's not, I'm just gonna build right here and build right here and build. It don't really work like that, not with something like this, because I would find a building that I'm like, yo, this works on that other block over there, or I'd find a prop or an asset. So sometimes you'll see me skip around. I'm gonna try to keep it together, but bear with me. Just know we on Broken Hill, not Brokeback Mountain. We getting it done. I'm gonna lay out a tunnel and not a normally I lay out the overpasses, the what do you call those, pedestrian walkways, the raised ones. We're gonna do a tunnel on this one. Little bit of detailing, and we're gonna throw this dock wall right here just to thicken that up, and we're gonna make sure all of this cement is covered. And I noticed that back here there's some doors, so I'm like, yo, let's fence that up, put a couple of props, that way if anybody walk out their door, they don't just fall down in the tunnel. I'm also gonna have to replace some of the snow, some of the assets where the retaining walls are, and it's all on a hill, so some of the snow from the assets gets removed and it's underground. So you see me kind of replacing some of that every once in a while, and we just keeping it going with the row house bowl, man, because that's what we doing. Different types of row houses from different packs. Back here, I saw a little area that I was like, yo, this might be kind of a fire parking lot, especially if we do one of these bendy walls, like make the wall really follow the road. I probably should have did that with no controller. Network multi-tool. But I doubled up the wall, made it a little bit thicker. I'm going to lay down a surface right here, but the rest of that all down in the cut down there, we just going to turn that into where they got the recycling assets, the trash assets, a little bit of parking, maybe even throw a basketball court down there. Just let me say a basketball hoop. It ain't no court. You ain't playing no full game down here. Y'all can just play a little bit of shoot around. So you can see me kind of laying that out right here against the line. I saw another little blank spot, and I'm like, yo, we don't gotta fill everything up wall to wall. Fence, couple of props. We'll even put a real parking space right there, so a car can park there. Back on top of the hill, again, y'all, I know it's all over the place. We lacing up some stuff in front of this building. I cannot remember what that building is called for the life of me, man. I'm usually pretty good about that stuff. But y'all know I like my power lines. They add a lot to the street decoration. And we're going to put that little light really close to it. Almost look like it's built in. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time concerning myself. And we're going to reuse this Stewart Hall sign that we snatched off that skyscraper from last week. Matter of fact, let's double it up. More row houses, just so many row houses, just so many. But when it's done, it's going to look right, man. Some of y'all, this might be your first or second episode. You still don't know. Some of y'all been here from the beginning, and y'all know I don't care how he lay it out. I know once he get to putting the sauce on, it's going to look like a little something. So y'all bear with me, man. Like, again, this was one of the challenging episodes. This was one of the ones that I was kind of saving. Once I figured out what I wanted to do, I knew I was going to save it for a day when I had time. See, I ain't had time before.
Today I got time, cuz.
Y'all know what it is, man. So this is one of the little cuts that we actually going to go retaining wall crazy. Again, I'm not going to show every single step. Y'all know how it goes. I'm picking some brick walls, and I might even do one or two stone walls as well. And again, just how would, if there's parking back here or anything like that, how would the cars get back there? So I'm always mindful of the entrances to little areas like this. Even though they want, they'll drive straight through a house to get to a parking spot. These people don't care in this city. Y'all know how they do. Y'all done seen them in y'all city doing the most. But we're going to still try. I'm going to put this little garage asset down here. I'm going to kind of stick it in the wall, and maybe it's built into the wall. Bust out some of those classic pipes to make it look even more like it's a part of the structure. And these little houses down here, which are mostly from the New England townhomes pack. They got the really high porches, and we're on a funny part of the hill. So this is one of the places where, I wanted to give up, but I was like, I can't. This is, once you start, you're in it, and you got to finish. I've got little spots that I see sometimes, like, why did I stop right there? And it just always, it ends up me having to go do that stuff before I do the cinematics for the episodes. Like, I'll see, like, why I'm put a couple trash cans right there, and like, I should have just hung around and did it. This is one of the episodes where I'm kind of proud of myself that I stuck it out. It's only like one spot where that I noticed, like, yo, I could have did a little something right there. So you can see the entrance to this back parking lot. You can't get to that lower part. That's backyards for those people up there on the avenue. And we're gonna put a little, since this parking isn't functional, we're going to put a couple of car props back here just to make it look a little more functionally. Now, I do got a lot of detailing that I need to do to, some of the stuff that we laid. Some of the stuff I hit it with a little something. But before we get into that, let's move on to, like, every neighborhood has a centerpiece. Broken Hill is going to be no different. Let's get right into it. So this centerpiece, I went through a lot of assets, a lot of formulations, using like European stuff. I wanted something that just looked really distinctive, and I actually ended up just using like a courthouse asset, like an old school kind of courthouse asset. Not that the whole town comes to court here, but maybe it's just like a district old school courthouse. Maybe they don't even do court stuff anymore, but we're gonna still treat the detailing and decoration like it's a functional courthouse. Like, maybe it's not a place where you do trial anymore, but maybe paralegals and stuff like that. We got a little building near our courthouse where they don't do nothing but the legal stuff, the paperwork, and the stuff like that. So maybe it's disused as an actual courthouse, but it's reused as some kind of bureaucracy building, man. I'm gonna line this whole little brick wall up, and I actually end up having to change this brick wall because it's sticking through on the bottom. And look, I went through a bunch of statues on the workshop. I couldn't find nothing that I really liked, but I was rushing, so we just gonna put this German dude for, oh, look at the smoke coming up through the thing. That's something I didn't think about. Let's put a little invisible path around this so people don't walk straight through the middle of it like they want to. And let's just spend a little bit of time kind of making this statue look a little more, what's the word, prominent, I guess. I'm really not feeling the Kaiser swag, my man. He got the Kaiser drip on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not feeling that, man. I really wish it was like at least a Canadian guy, maybe one of them Mountie dudes. I'm gonna see if they got one of them Mountie dudes. Now, that's not me saying it ain't no Germans nowhere in the city or nothing, but y'all can't have no whole statue, cuz, them Canadians, they be from French folks and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's gotta be, I feel like it need to be some type of a French person. I was gonna put Billie Holiday out there. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but we didn't already use that Billie Holiday in a real dope episode. So we laying out just some of this rudimentary detailing, just benches and whatnot. I feel like the building itself being so architecturally different draws the eye enough, so we don't have to do anything like overly dramatic. I really should have put some details on that left side, though, man. That left side, them sides ain't gonna have no detail. But we are gonna hit it with some of these UK style phone boxes, the ones that you can get all the way inside. Also, I noticed that we don't have a high school nowhere, man. So I'm kind of fishing around, and I feel like this spot services a lot of neighborhoods, yo. Like, a lot of people can get to that, and it fits right in that cut. Like, look at that. I did not make this up, man. I really just downloaded a bunch of high schools, and it fit right there like a key, man. Come on. So we're gonna get them trees off the backside. We're not gonna detail that up in this episode. That's a part of another neighborhood. I just want to keep my educational pipeline going. Speaking of schools, we're gonna lay down this really, really small elementary school. Kind of looks like a row house almost. We're gonna put a tiny play area on the side. I mean, this is one of the most unsafe places to let your kids play up on this hill, man. With train smoke coming from underneath the ground, like Silent Hill. I think the Fiend outside, but we ain't gonna worry about that right now. We just gonna lay out a little bit of surface and some asphalt assets right there. Asphalt brush, I'm not sure what it's called. Line this up with a little bit of fence, and everything next to this is gonna be like some really, some of these are just dummy buildings, like these little wall-to-wall buildings. That Panera is functional and that cafe is functional. And we're gonna stretch out our power line. Spend a little bit of time right here just making the street look a little gritty. We almost home, folks, man. We got one more little spot. I was gonna abandon it after the courthouse, but I was like, nah. Now, y'all see me use this building before, but what y'all gonna see me do in the detailing portion is I'm gonna go OD, making it not look like that other building. It really bothers me that I had to use that, but I just like that building. I like the cornerness of it. I like all that, man. But I'm gonna really go crazy with the props and some little bit of procedural objects. I'm gonna leave the building functionality. I want it to be a functional commercial build. There's a lot of commercial on top of this hill, if y'all want the truth about it, like a little bit more than it should be. Also, to my guy Drunk Wolf, I told you next episode, but this one was already filmed and stuff. I meant the next episode. I'm gonna drop your custom car show gallery type spot, man. I've been on dude that thing for like 2 series. I got custom assets coming for a few more people that's been showing love for mad long. Right now, I'm about to detail and lay out a few more houses. Y'all check out some tracks. I'll be back.
It's the one and only Kill Nation Radio Show.
30 sunshots, some ghetto gun. All in the ears of the ghetto young. And some ghetto girls, some ghetto sons. Throwing rocks at the bustin' of the ghetto fun. I always wonder where the ghetto from. Cause I'm from the ghetto, they never ghetto come. But you win if the bell of my ghetto rung. And if the ghetto lose, they mean the ghetto won. That's how they do the ghetto, that's how the ghetto done. They'll keep it there, never bring the ghetto none. We'll make the ghetto tick, make the ghetto run. We'll make the ghetto sick, make the ghetto dumb. These niggas off that ghetto being that ghetto rum. And that ghetto bass with my ghetto drums. My ghetto words and these ghetto problems. These ghetto sums. Why the piece of man don't come here no more. Too much dope. Too many niggas on the poach. So the man on the approach. No. Piece of man don't come here no more. Too many niggas on the block. Too many niggas getting shot. So the piece of man don't stop. Piece of man don't come here no more. Too many niggas get robbed. Niggas don't wanna stop, but niggas ain't got no job. Piece of man don't come here no more. Deliver. All day, cause prostitutes sucking dick in the hallway. Little sisters never sending pizza out y'all way. Papa John's never get delivered where y'all stay. Together with a physical manifestation of hate in a place where ethnicity determines your placement. A place that defines your station. Remind you niggas, your place is the basement. White people in the attic, niggas selling dope. White people is the addicts. White folks act like they ain't sure how to traffic. All that dope to China, you don't call that trapping. Breaking Bad, learned that from a TV. So don't say it's politics when you see me. When you gonna apologize for your CD, nigga, that don't match red and black to a JD. Man, don't come here no more. Too much dope. Too many niggas on the poach. Too many on the approach. No. Piece of man, don't come here no more. Too many niggas on the block. Too many niggas getting shot. So the piece of man don't stop. Piece of man don't come here no more. Too many niggas get robbed. Niggas don't wanna stop, but niggas ain't got no job. Piece of man don't come here no more. Deliver. Get a little slice of heaven, I can enter in again. Or maybe just imagine that I'm living in a mansion or a palace and my pizza get delivered in a beans. Make it savior out of savage like they made it out of magic. So it take a nigga havoc and then make it in the fringe. You don't even need a salad, it don't make a nigga fatter. Actually take a nigga backwards and then make a nigga thin. That's a deep dish. Chicago style, keep the beat stick. Home run, hit out, be drilling on a weak pitch. Paying to the lead, then I put it in your face. I'm a man, never biting on a hand that I eat with. No Giordano, watch the show though. Homemade bullshit, they bring it to him like a turtle. Throwing dough up in the air, bottom to the top and shredder full of cheese. Smarter than a purple ninja turtle. Nigga, piece of man don't come here no more. Too much dope. Too many niggas on the poach. So the piece of man on the approach. No. Piece of man don't come here no more. Too many niggas on the block. Too many niggas getting shot. So the piece of man don't stop. Piece of man don't come here no more. Too many niggas get robbed. Niggas don't wanna stop, but niggas ain't got no job. Piece of man don't come here no more. Deliver. So sad, cause the beats man don't fuck with us no more.
Alright kids, that's it for this week's episode. I want to thank Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys for coming through. We gonna see them again though, they got all the hits. I want to thank Dream City Lo-Fi for all my custom stuff, man. And I want to thank y'all for checking me out. Let's be honest, y'all could be watching better stuff. But y'all come here every week and listen to my goofy ass prattle on about nothing while I build that fire. So I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. No pause. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all in episode 7. I'm Kool-Aid. This Cold Harbor.